In this part of the tutorial, we're going to configure a super agent, a smart entry point that listens to the user's input and intelligently redirects the conversation to the correct agent based on the context. Think of this as a traffic controller. The user only needs to say what they want, and the super agent figures out where that request should go. We'll start off the super agent flow with a greeting section. Here, we can provide a custom greeting message to personalize the experience. Something like, "Hey there, how can I help you today?" But in case we don't define a custom message, the agent will automatically fall back to a default greeting like, "Hi, how can I assist you today?" After the greeting, we also have a fallback section. This is what the agent says when it doesn't understand the user's input. For example, if the input doesn't match any known intent or subagent logic. Just like the greeting, we can either provide a custom fallback message or let the system use a default fallback, which is usually something like, "I am not able to understand your request. Could you please reframe your query?" Next, let's configure the LLM model and memory. This is what gives our super agent its intelligence and context awareness. Instead of setting up model and memory from scratch every time, we can use global configs. All I have to do is click on the global config dropdown, and I'll see a list of saved configs. I simply select the one that fits this agent's needs. Here, you have the option to give your Voicebot a name. This is how it will identify itself in speech-based conversations. To make the user experience smoother, we can also add a waiting message. For example, I might add a message like, "Just a moment while I find the right person to help you." Next, we have the guardrails section. This is where we can add extra layers of safety and control to how the super agent behaves. It helps prevent off-topic, unsafe, or out-of-scope responses from the model. You can toggle these options on or off depending on your requirements. We also have the option to define restricted topics. For example, we can add restrictions like, "Do not answer questions related to pricing." To make the experience smoother when a user brings up a restricted topic, we can also configure a violation fallback message. This message is shown when the agent detects that the user has asked something that goes against the guardrails or restricted topics we've set. For example, we can set a message like, "I'm sorry, but I can't assist with that topic. Please ask something else." Next, we have the custom instructions section. These instructions act as a strong internal prompt, so no matter what the user says, the model will process it with these rules in mind. Now that the super agent is set up with all the configurations, it's time to connect the actual subagents that will handle specific types of requests. Once the subagents are connected, we can make the routing even smarter by adding few-shot examples and defining capabilities for each one. Once all the configurations are complete, scroll to the top and simply click Save.